Hello, we're the PNC Newsgirls. Mia.
And Maya, reading the news 6 days a week because you're too lazy.
Monday, June 19th, 2023.
Any attempt at a national reveal will be opposed if the preliminary condition of such a reveal is that a bad and what
Promiscuous?
we're just gonna go with that.
I don't think it's promiscuous.
Regime must first be Regime must first of all be overthrown, because such an action will be considered as a violation of the authority of the state. Adolf Hitler.
Alright. Quick code. Exclusive. The world's oldest secret society is being torn apart over transgenderism infiltrating its ranks. The Freemasons, an all-male secret society whose history goes back to the Middle Ages, have been struggling to deal with the transgender movement infiltrating their ranks over the past several years, according to members who spoke with the Daily Caller News Foundation. In 2018, the United Grand Lodge of England, founded in 1717, and considered by Masons to be the most senior of all lodges, announced that it would allow transgender individuals to retain their membership at the lodge or be eligible for membership if they were transitioning to a man, according to the BBC. In the U.S., the issue is far from settled, with conservative liberal fraternities.
What?
I don't know. Fraternities?
Where even are you?
It looks like it's liberal fraternities on the coast.
Did you say Texas at any point? Because I think you skipped an entire line. Conservative bases in states like Texas clashing with more liberal fraternities on the coast.
Okay.
Yeah, you missed that.
Okay. According to several Masons who spoke with the DCNF on the condition of I can't speak. I've never been able to pronounce that. The issue is splitting the society with real consequences for those not falling into lockstep.
Miami Beach landlord threatens to evict everyone living in his 102-unit building, saying they have failed to maintain it. As 92-year-old widow begs, "Who will help me if I move to a strange widow?" I said widow.
I was about to roast you.
The 92-year-old widow begs, "Who will help me if I move to a strange place?" Okay, I was thinking window for some reason, because I was like, oh, it's the building with all the windows dying, you know? No, it's a widow. More than 140 residents at the 3-story waterfront property were served an eviction lawsuit that ordered them to respond within 5 days or possibly be removed from their homes. The landlord, a company controlled by Millennium Management, which is led by healthcare tycoon Abraham Salson, I don't know, claimed they failed to properly maintain and insure the 69-year-old building, according to Miami Herald. Okay. It is due for recertification next year. It is allegedly in need of at least $2 million worth of repairs.
That's a lot. Okay. Intel to invest 25 billion, I don't know, in the Israel factory in record deal. Natunya says. U.S. chipmaker Intel Corp at INTC.O will spend $25 billion on a new factory in Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Sunday, calling it the largest ever international investment in the country, reports Reuters. The factory in Kiryat Gat is due to open in 2027 to operate through 2035 at least, and to employ thousands of people. Israel's finance ministry said under the deal, Intel will pay a 7.5% tax rate up from the current 5% the ministry added. During the almost 5 decades of operations in Israel, Intel has grown to become the country's largest privately held employer and exporter and a leader of the local electronics and information industry, according to the company's website. Ugh.
Scientists create a model human embryo with its very own heartbeat that could spill secrets about the first weeks of life. The synthetic structure was created from human stem cells without the need for eggs, sperm, or fertilization. It replicates some of the cells and structures that would usually appear in the 3rd and 4th weeks of pregnancy, but was designed to never have the ability to develop into it. Is that supposed to say fetus?
Probably.
Because that is not fetus. That is foetus. When the fetus fights back, it's a foetus. Despite the heartbeat, the structure does not have the tissues that go on to form the placenta and yolk sac in a natural embryo. So basically they made a weird alien creature. Ignore it.
Full column. Is it Calmer or Comer? I don't know.
I think it's Calmer, but it could be Comer.
Calmer. More key witnesses to come in Biden family influence peddling probe. Committee Chairman James Comer, Republican Kentucky, over the weekend accused the deep state bureaucracies of turning a blind eye to Biden family business dealings, and contended that his panel had made headway despite resistance from federal agencies under the current Democratic administration. Our job in the House Oversight Committee is to follow the money, and we have more bank records coming in. We're going to start bringing in key figures in the Biden family influence peddling schemes for dispositions, Comer told Fox News. Life, Liberty, and Levin.
Who's Levin?
Who's Levin and why are they in this?
Yeah. Confidence in America is collapsing. Despite the cheering from the Washington Post, CNN, New York Times, and the rest of the anti-democracy press that supports their straight demands upon the nation, my phone has been in meltdown ever since Trump was arrested. These leftists, zealots, I think it's zealots, are cheering the end of times for every phone call I have had from Asia to Europe. They're all expressing complete shock that the United States is collapsing, and they are now all seeing that our forecast for the 2024 presidential election will be the most corrupt in history and mark at the end of democracy in the United States. These people just do not get it. They cross the line, and now the view of the United States as being from the outside looking in. They no longer believe that America is the beacon of liberty to the world. It is becoming so obvious that our computer will be right again. I wanted it even when was showing that 2024 election might not even take place. That was a small 18% probability, but that never came up ever in history of running our political models. Never.
Alright. It's a cancer one. Inappropriate. Adult content star, winner of European. Why? Why is this a thing?
Inappropriate Events Championships.
Reveals images and gives new details about chaotic event that saw adult stars walk out as organizers, insists they fired contestants for taking drugs. However, the 6-week event to determine the continent's most elite adult performers was plagued with issues, and it was closed down within a matter of days, sparking a battle of words between the organizer and competitors. While the organization behind the tournament, the Swedish Adult Federation, accused some of the participants of disobeying the rules of the competition by drinking alcohol and consuming illegal psychoactive substances. Some adult content stars competitors slammed for lack of hygiene and for not carrying out HIV. I can't. Now, Khoitian? What?
I don't know.
Adult film star Marisha Sardovic, I don't know, aka Sweet Miri, was defended the organizers claimed she was declared the winner of the tournament.
Okay.
I'm just so confused why that was a tournament, and I'm just going to put it out of my brain now.
Yep.
It's gone.
Trauma block. Elon Musk backs Joe Rogan's challenge for COVID-19 scientists to debate vaccines with RFK Jr. Twitter owner Elon Musk threw his support Saturday behind comedian Joe Rogan's challenge for COVID-19 scientist Peter Hotez to debate vaccine skeptic Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Musk accused Hotez of being afraid of public debate because he knows he's wrong when Rogan doubled down on his debate proposal. Hotez, a professor at the Baylor College of Medicine, first responded to Rogan's request without providing a definitive answer on whether he would debate Kennedy.
Alright. Russian truck giant launches unmanned transportation. The first driverless trucks began carrying freight on the Moscow-Petersburg Federal Highway earlier this week. Russian automaker
KAMAZ
announced during the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. According to the company, the vehicles created around the frame of the
KAMAZ
54901 truck tractor are equipped with communication and navigation technical vision and incoming information processing systems, while their braking and steering system, engine, and automatic transmission are controlled using an electronic CAN bus. In total, 4 digital freight trucks as part of a road train with a semi-trailer will transport cargo between the two cities, the company's press release reads.
Yeah. FBI groomed, developmentally challenged 16-year-old to become a terrorist that arrested him. What's more, Ventura's father, Paul, told the outlet that his son suffered from childhood development issues that were so bad he was forced to leave school due to constant bullying from other students. He was born prematurely. He had brain development issues. I had the school do a neurosurgery evaluation on him and they said his brain was underdeveloped, said Ventura. He was suffering endless bullying at school with other kids taking food off his plate, tripping him in the hallway, humiliating him, laughing at him. In short, instead of an actual terrorist, or terrorist adjacent, Ventura's case is yet another example of the FBI grooming a mentally unfit young man to commit a crime that would not have otherwise occurred.
Okay. Jogger column, I guess. Or monkey column. Are you ready for today's Juneteenth federal holiday? No, I'm not.
Did it already pass?
No, it's today.
I thought it was on Father's Day.
No, it's today.
I couldn't. Okay.
A genuine celebration of the end of legal slavery here is well worth a federal holiday. I just wish that our discussion and broad understanding of slavery were more honest and better informed, and that, as a friend emailed me yesterday, there were not as much backsliding on civil rights as in other areas. Not only has the civil rights movement been reversed, with blacks segregating themselves, including across college campuses, where they want their own dorms, clubs, and classes, and where the only thing that matters these days is one's skin color, but the women's rights movement has obviously been set back tremendously as well now that men can participate in women's sports, purportedly have babies, and receive advantages in the workplace as long as they claim to identify as a woman. One could also argue that voting rights are being set back as our votes become diluted through new laws and that are intended to make voting easier, but that allow for much more cheating as well as
What? Municipalities.
that are giving voting rights to illegal immigrants.
Wow, really? Irony.
You're gonna cancel one now.
Maryland governor claims that keeping explicit books from children is... Really? 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 From children is castrating them. Quotation marks, quotation marks, quotation. The interesting choice of word comes as Democrats have made it a top campaign issue to be able to mutilate, sterilize children in the name of transgender equality. Leave the children alone, would you?
Leave them alone.
I continue hearing people make the argument that we're doing it because we want to prevent our students from having discomfort or guilt, Moore said. Because we don't want our students to be able to really wrestle with these really difficult things in times when they're maturing as individuals in difficult historical points. But the thing I realized, and I wanted to speak about, is it's actually not true. It's a guise. It's not about making kids feel uncomfortable. It's about telling other kids that they shouldn't understand their own power. Moore continued, it's castrating them. Anyways, continuing.
Democrat and ranking member of the House Weaponization Subcommittee slips up says the quiet part out loud. Trump needs to be shot. Stopped. Not shot, just stopped. Good words. Democrat delegates to the House of Representatives from the U.S. Virgin Islands, Stacey Pliskett appeared to make a
I don't know.
Why do you have to put in so many hearts?
A slip.
A slip during her latest appearance on MSNBC.
Also, you could just say, plus cat as her last name. Plus cat.
During her latest appearance on the Sunday show, Pliskett stated that having Trump not only having the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out there and share it in his report with anyone and everything who comes through should be terrifying to all Americans. Plaskett then continued, he needs to be stopped.
No, I'm assuming she's trying to be like, he needs to be shot, stopped, you know? But she actually said the shot out loud, so she said, he needs to be shot, stopped. So I'm assuming happened.
Just stopped. I wasn't gonna say shot.
I imagine she said the entire word.
Maybe not. Probably. Who knows?
Just meant to say, he needs to be shot, stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, she actually said he needs to be shot and then stopped. Okay. At least 21 shot at Juneteenth celebration in gun-controlled Illinois. CNN reported the shooting occurred in a parking lot in Willowbrook, about 21 miles west of Chicago. Fox 32 pointed out 2 of the wounded remain in critical condition. Fox News noted DuPage County Sheriff's Deputy Chief Eric Swanson indicated that deputies patrolling the area near the parking lot heard the gunshots and responded.
Alright. War crime column. Biden's deputies hide mass fraud in H-1B middle class outsourcing visa. I have no idea what I just read. Indian-born CEOs are closing their firms and fleeing back to India to escape charges of fraud in the annual lotteries for visas to import H-1B foreign contract workers, says a lawyer for many Indian-owned subcontractors and visa workers. So yes, they are getting prosecuted, they are getting investigated, and that's the reason why some of them are packing their bags and closing their companies, said Ruhal Reddy, an immigration lawyer in Texas. Reddy made his comments during an online question and answer session with Indian graduates who are worried about the federal investigations into the H-1B fraud and the annual lottery for 85,000 new H-1B work permits. The work permits are used to import lower-wage migrants to take the jobs needed by U.S. college graduates.
Okay. I need to read this out. Lebanon is without a president or government. The Lebanese parliament has failed for the 12th time to elect a president for the republic, a position that has remained vacant since. Is that Michelle or Michael?
That's Michelle, I think.
Michelle Ounce. That's my best guess. Term ended last October, and that's a he. It's a he. Is he named Michelle?
Is it actually Michael in disguise?
And he left Babda Palace, the Hezbollah state within a state that rules Lebanon, wants to impose a figurehead president who will allow it to rule behind him, as it did during Aoun's time in office. Hezbollah imposed him on Lebanese people and is now hindering or disrupting parliamentary sessions if there is no
consensus
on appointing Suleiman Franyeh as president. The opposition, meanwhile, is fighting amongst itself with Gibran Bassel, Aoun's son-in-law, hoping to inherit the presidency from him, just as he inherited leadership of the Free Patriotic Movement. Samar Gigi. What? Gigi.
All these names sound like a baby said them.
Gigi and Lebanese forces stand against his candidacy. He also considers the presidency to be his right, given that he supported Aoun's candidacy after agreeing that he would succeed him in return for his party's support.
Do like Lebanese people just like name themselves as babies? Just Gigi. Is that how it works? North Korea calls failed spy satellite launch the most serious shortcoming of the second launch. Seoul, South Korea, AP, top North Korean officials vowed to push for a second attempt to launch a spy satellite, as they called their country's first and failed launch last month the most serious shortcoming this year, and harshly criticized these responsible state media reported Monday. In late May, a North Korean rocket carrying a military renaissance satellite crashed soon after liftoff, posing a setback to leader Kim Jong-un's push to acquire a space-based surveillance system to better monitor the United States and South Korea. Just must honor them. The failed launch and North Korean efforts to modernize weapons arsenals are discussed extensively at a 3-day ruling party meeting that ended Sunday with the presence of Kim and other top officials.
Okay.
Final one.
Taliban and China discuss banking cooperation. The Taliban's governor of the Afghan, I'm assuming that's what that is, central bank, Hidayatollah Badri met with Chinese envoy Wang Yu this week to discuss banking ties and businesses, the bank's spokesman informed reporters on Friday. In this meeting, economy, banking relations, business, and some related topics were discussed, said Badri. Though Beijing does not have formal diplomatic ties with the Taliban government, China is among the few countries that have maintained a diplomatic presence in Kabul since the Taliban took back the country following the U.S. disastrous withdrawal in 2021.
Alright, thank you for listening to Mia.
And Maya, read the Pole News Central homepage. Please comment, share, donate.
Come back tomorrow for more segregated news.